try to check in for our snorkel time. Okay, to check in at Cheaper Manilo's thing I got on Viator, we're gonna check in at the Boss Frogs down here.
We want to point out that the winds are up. The winds are up out of the north-northeast going about 20-25 knots. What that means to you is that those winds are pushing straight towards Molokini. If we take you out to Molokini, it's going to be very, very rough. Especially for some of you guys that aren't good at snorkeling, or you might be a first-timer or a beginner. It's not safe at Molokini right now due to those winds. So we're going to go to an alternate spot. We're going to go to a safer, calmer, flatter spot. We go to Molokini when the weather allows. Today, the weather's not allowing it, right? So we're going to go around the corner to Coral Gardens. Right now what's happening is my crew member, Sebastian, is going down the line, checking those waivers. Keep in mind that those waivers are required. They are not optional. They are required for everybody in your group. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you get those waivers out of the way. Now once we check you in at that little table right there, I'm going to give you a boarding pass. Once you have that boarding pass in your hand, you folks are ready to board the boat. Boat is located in slip number 87. Again, the boat is located in slip number 87. Going that way, right next to the public restrooms. You're going to see a small building on the side of the road with a brown roof. Those are the public restrooms. We're located right there, right next to the public restroom. Slip number 87, look for the big sign that says Malolo. Malolo, that's your boat. As far as the side of the harbor, guys, you want to make sure that you stay on this side of the harbor. Every day I do this little talk, and every single day there's a group that goes to the other side. There's no boat on the other side, or at least not our boat. So the boat is not on the other side. The boat is on this side of the harbor. Again, slip number 87. Once you're on board, get yourself all settled in. We're going to be departing in about 15-20 minutes from now. So straight down to the boat once we check you in. Equipment will be handed out on the way out to the snorkel site. Fins, mask, flotation are all included. Wetsuits are not included. Wetsuits are extra. If you want a wetsuit, talk to the crew. It's a $10 rental. They're kind of nice. They keep you a little bit warmer. They keep the sun from burning your back. So you might want to talk to the crew if you want to rent a wetsuit. As far as lunch, lunch is going to be served after snorkeling. Once you get all the water activities out of the way, we're done snorkeling. On the way back, we're going to feed you lunch. This is when we'll open up the bar on the way back from snorkeling.
Alright people, I'm going to need help finding Malolo. I'm following people, but... Do you see a number? Okay. Alright, so you have to go find your boat. It's like a scavenger hunt. The number 87 is called Malolo. So this is called the Malolo Snorkeling Adventures. So I found this on Viator. It was $90 a person for adults, and then I think $60 for kids. It is a snorkeling 3-hour adventure that could go to Molokini, but the winds were too bad today. So we're going over to Coral Gardens, I think is what he said. Will be a safer place that's more controlled with the waves and stuff like that. It is a super strong wind like that up there. So let's go do some snorkeling in Maui. Alright, and here is our boat. Very cool.
Help you check in. He was checking out those waivers over at the shop. And there was a Nick on board. Nick is right here getting ready to cast us off, heading on circle here as you came on board. And we also have Joe. Joe is your onboard photographer. His job is to capture all you folks on film. He's beginning on the mic here shortly, tell you a little bit more about his photo program. Before we take off, folks, the Coast Guard, they want me to clue you in about all the safety equipment we have on board. This includes our life.
Now, I'm just joking, gang. That's by far the rarest things we come across. If you guys are not afraid of texting and driving, especially on these twisty mountain roads, you definitely shouldn't be worried about sharks. One is way more dangerous than the other, and it's certainly not the toothy critter. But regardless of what we see out there today, I'm going to put all these pictures onto some tablets back here.
Getting ready to go snorkeling. See you in about 2 hours. Let's go. Snorkel gear and your life jacket.
Before the meet, check to make sure that everybody made it back to the boat safely. This is a requirement of the U.S. Coast Guard. They mandate that we do a passenger count, believe it or not. They don't want us to leave anybody.
You know why? Because you've left people.
In order to comply with the Coast Guard, what we're going to ask you to do right now is just give it a quick look around, make sure that everybody is.
Show you how much it moves back and forth.
Which is about as far as we would dive down. It's like 6 or 7 feet.
Oh no, you're totally fine.
But man, it was also
They provide masks and life belts.
All right, good news, guys. Y'all made it back. Congratulations.
And I'm snorkeling.
We'll be leaving in just a little bit. We'll be getting underway in just a couple minutes. As we leave, it's always a good idea to.
So super fun. It's pretty chilly. I would say if it was any like colder at all, I'd probably want a wetsuit. But an hour was plenty of time for what we wanted to do. You can do a couple of other different ones, but it was great. You did see. I saw about 40 fish or so, a couple of sea urchins, some nice little coral. So yeah, it was nice over here, and we went to the coral garden. Very pretty on the way over here. But yeah, so I'm glad we did it here on the Malolo. And look, here's one of the guys. What's he doing? Looking for people? Guess he's looking for people. No. Love it. Super rough. It was super fun though, for sure. Urchins, some nice coral and stuff like that. An hour is about perfect. So, but yeah. So now we're gonna, I guess, now we're gonna anchor here and have some hot dogs. Okay, and then we'll head back. So a 3 hour trip. Not bad. Kind of a line situation here for the hot dogs. So we have 2 complaints. One is for lunch. Just have everybody sit down and then you'll serve them rather than having everyone try to stand up here and like fight for hot dogs.
Everybody has to have paper stuff on their
yeah, I don't have time.
Right, so then like pass the ketchup. I don't know.
just had plain hot dogs and hand them.
Yeah. And then they had one veggie tray for like 100 people. So that's crazy. And then when we checked in, we had to check in at Boss Frogs. Who knew that, right? That's weird. Check in, and then once you check in, they just say, hey, go find your boat. And so,
Yeah, you could find your boat.
why not just say, why not just like check in everybody and then take them all as a group? Like, there's some interesting things here. It's been fun, but like, not logistically good.
Well, you're actually looking at the history of Maui, written up on the wall. We have millions of years worth of island building that happened right here. If you look closely on the cliff wall, you can see all the different layers of volcanic activity. In the building, you go to a restaurant on dry land. But then, the day after that important event, the U.S. declared martial law in the territory of Hawaii. Yeah, the American Columbia accepts territory in it. We didn't even have a short break at this time, but we're still enjoying cocktails and beers. Keep in mind that we're going to be collecting all those empty refuse over there. It is a bit so hard for us to start.
Don't feed the feral chickens, that's funny. Alright, off we go to Haleakala. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, be adventurous, and we'll see you next time. Bye from Hawaii. Aloha!
You make me whole.